Hi everybody, Marco Carvalho here from businesscreditbuilders.org. Today's video, we're going to talk about getting a business line of credit with no personal credit check. This particular line of credit is really interesting. We're going to share with you in this video because it actually not only has access, you have access to cash, but it also comes with a business Visa card tied to your credit line. This is known as the Flex line plus a card. So let's get started in this video. And this also reports to Dun Bradstreet. So this line of credit is going to help you build business credit. One of the things I want to talk about first before we get into how to get this line of credit with no personal credit check is first, why do lenders even do a personal credit check when it comes to you for applying for credit or a loan? And I want to share with you why this particular opportunity with no personal credit check, what's going to be the trade-off, okay? So the reason why lenders check your personal credit when it comes to you owning a business, you have an LLC, a corporation, or you have a startup, and you're wanting to get funding, they're going to require a personal credit check. Most of the times they do, because they want to assess your financial trustworthiness, especially if you're a startup, you have no track records, you have no revenues. That's why they run personal credit checks, because they're going to see how you handle your personal finances. Is going to be kind of an idea of what they look at, how you're going to be able to manage your business. And that's why lenders do a personal credit check. They want to understand your credit history, how you pay, how reliable are you as an individual at repaying borrowed money. So by you being an applicant on behalf of the business, that's why they're running a personal credit check. They use your credit scores and report to set interest rates and repayment terms. What does it mean though when a lender or a line of credit like we're talking about in this video doesn't require a personal credit check? What are they going to look at then? If they're not checking your personal credit, then you have to always remember, if they're not looking at your personal credit check, obviously that's a risk assessment tool they do, is they look at your personal. If they're not, then there's going to be other factors that they're going to weigh heavily in determining if they're going to approve you for a loan or a line of credit. In this video, we're going to talk about how to get a line of credit with no personal credit check, but the factors they're going to look at instead of your personal credit check with this particular line of credit we're going to share with you how to apply is they're going to first require you to have an entity structure. So you can't be a sole proprietorship with this particular card issue or line of credit that we're talking about. You have to be a corporation or an LLC. That's one major factor they're going to look at. The second thing is time in business. You have to be at least a year in business to apply for this particular line of credit in this video. That's another factor. The other thing is you have to have a separate business checking account. So if you're a sole proprietor, you can't apply. If you've been in business less than 1 year, you cannot apply. If you don't have a separate business checking account, you can't apply. But like I said, if they're not checking your personal credit, then what's going to be the thing that's going to determine how you can get a line of credit with no credit check? The main thing is their revenue. They're going to look at your revenue of the business. So they're going to look at your business checking account and how much revenue you have coming in. That's going to be the big factor. So if you're a startup or you're less than a year in business and you have no revenue, obviously you can't get this particular line of credit with no credit check, okay? So they're going to look at your average daily balance. So revenue is one factor. The next factor is your average daily balance, okay? They're going to look at that. That's the second thing, is how much are you keeping in your account after you have money coming in, money going out, but how much are you maintaining as your average daily balance, and your negative bank balance record. Now, what does that mean? So if you have all this cash coming into the business deposits and you have a negative bank balance, let's say once a month, once throughout the month, you have a negative bank balance. So it's negative and you maybe overdrafted on some funds. Okay, that's going to be kind of a risk indicator, and it's going to be a factor they're going to look at. But if you always have an average daily balance, or you're never going below a balance on your checking account, then that's a positive thing. But your negative bank balance record is going to play a big factor as well, and is your restricted industry. So I want to make sure you understand before we get into how to apply for this line of credit is if they're not requiring a personal credit check, then they're going to look at the biggest factor is going to be your revenue. Okay, they're going to look at your deposit history, cash coming in, cash going out. So which is exciting for those of you who own a business and you have a good amount of revenue coming in, but let's say you have less than perfect credit and you're getting denied from a traditional bank because they run a personal credit check on you, but they see your revenues, but they say, no, we can't approve you because your personal credit is bad. So this is an alternative for those of you who do have revenue, you have a good business, and let's say you don't want a personal credit check, or you have less than perfect credit. This is going to be a great opportunity for you. But I wanted to kind of share with you the trade-off. Remember, you hear in all these different types of videos out there when they say no personal credit check. Remember, if a lender or a bank is not going to check your personal credit, then there has to be an other compensating factor that's going to make up for that risk assessment that they're not doing on your personal. So that means you have to have really good, strong revenue. You have to get good cash flow. You may have to really have a good, strong business credit report, because that's how they're going to do their risk assessment. Let's talk about the business line of credit with no personal credit check. It's called the Flex Line. It's by a company called Revenued. Revenued is really interesting, and you go to revenuebusinesscard.com. Make sure you use this link because it takes you to a specific application to get started. I'm going to share with you how to do it step by step. I'm going to share with you with the requirements before you apply, because obviously they have requirements because there's no personal credit check on this, but they have revenue requirements. So the Flex Line Plus card, this goes up to a $250,000 credit limit. So imagine that, you're getting a line of credit plus a Visa business card that are tied together, which is really cool. So if you got approved for, let's say, a $100,000 line of credit with revenue, and you also get this Visa business card, then you can use that card up to your maximum credit limit, which is really exciting. So they do have a substantial amount of credit they're able to give you in this line of credit, which is tied to your card as well. And the approvals are based on revenue, and you can draw cash in real time online. See, the challenge that many of you have when you get like a traditional business credit card is you want to get access to cash. That's a big thing that we have a lot of people approach to us. We talk about our cash liquidation service. That is a tool that we make available for those of you who have business credit cards or you're trying to pull cash. We have that service available. But in this particular product, you get a line of credit plus a business Visa card. But the line of credit you're able to access online and draw cash from it. You get the funds deposited in your business account, and there's no cash advance you have to worry about, no interest rates or anything like that. That's what's really unique with this particular Flex Line. So you can draw cash in real time, and your card accesses your Flex Line. So if you have a $200,000 Flex Line, a line of credit for your business, then you can not only pull cash from that, but you also can use the card that taps into that credit line as well. There's no application fee to apply for this line of credit. There's no annual fees you have to worry about. And most importantly, there's no personal credit check on you. This won't report to your personal credit. There's no, if you carry a large amount of debt on this account, it doesn't report to your personal credit at all. This helps build your business credit because it reports to Dun Bradstreet. So this will report as a financial trade line on your D&B report. You get a dedicated account manager that's assigned to you. It's a really exciting product for those of you who are looking for a line of credit with no credit check, and you also get the benefits of a business Visa card. This is called Revenue. So you go to revenuebusinesscard.com. Don't go there yet. But I want to share with you the advantages and disadvantages of this particular type of line of credit that's tied to a Revenue card. This allows you to use your cash plus a business card all together. It's the benefit of both worlds. A line of credit plus you have access to a business Visa card. It's an easy online application. There's no application fee. You don't have to submit financials or P&L statements or anything like that. You basically connecting your business checking account to Plaid, and they're able to do read-only access on your bank account activity to see that data, like your revenues, your deposits, your average daily balance, your NSF history, etc. And then they underwrite there, and then they let you know what literally would matter within 24 to 48 hours if you're approved or not. You also get access to your online dashboard. So not only you get the physical card that taps into your credit line, but anytime you can go online, you can have funds draw on your line of credit and funds deposited in your business bank account right away. So you could transfer money from your Flex Line to your bank account. That's cash money. And you're only going to pay for what you use. So if you're approved for, let's say, a $100,000 line of credit, then you don't have to pay anything if you're not using it. But once you draw, let's say, $10,000, obviously then you need to repay on the amount that you draw. You can increase your credit limits over time, which is exciting if your business scales and grows in revenue. Obviously, your business account, your bank account for your business is tied to your line of credit, so they're obviously assessing the amount of revenues coming in, and as it increases, your line of credit can increase. Like I said, there's no annual fee, and this builds your business credit. Now, a disadvantage, and I don't even like to say a disadvantage, this just basically rules out those of you who are your sole proprietorship. Unfortunately, you cannot apply for this line of credit. This is also not available to startups if you're less than a year old. Okay, so that's a disadvantage for those of you who are under a year old. And it does require revenue. You have to be doing at least $20,000 a month in revenue, not $10,000, not 11, 15. It's $20,000 or more a month in revenue coming into your business account each and every month consistently. This is a really powerful line of credit. And most people say, well, how can I get, as a startup with no revenue, how can I get a line of credit? Well, that's why business credit card funding is so popular. That's what they look more assess at your personal credit as a co-signer. That's what determines you can get large lines of credit on the business credit card side if you have good, strong personal credit but no revenue. So that's the option for you, for those of you who don't have the revenue yet. I want to talk to you about the actual card itself. You have your line of credit. It's called the Flex line. They also issue a Visa business card that's actually tied to your line of credit. And this card accesses your Flex line, so every time you use the card, you're tapping into your line of credit because that's your credit limit. You earn 3% cash back on purchases with this. They give you a mobile app and 24/7 access to business funding, and you get an online dashboard. Let's talk about building business credit. This does report to Dun Bradstreet. Like I said, this will help you build business credit and increase your business credit score. One thing that's important to keep in mind, if those of you who are building business credit, you've seen our videos, we talk about the net 30 accounts, reporting your utility payments, and remember though, in addition to that, getting financial trade lines reporting on your business credit reports is a very, very important aspect of building a strong, diverse business credit file for your company. So with this particular card, this line of credit, it reports as a financial trade line on your DMB report. So good business credit does help you ultimately, because when you're applying for a loan or a line of credit, or you're applying for credit with a supplier or a vendor, and they run a credit check on you with Dun & Bradstreet, or they run an Experian business report, etc., they're going to assess how creditworthy your business is. They're going to look at your payment history for your business. But if it doesn't have a business credit report, then what is it going to look at? They're going to rely much more heavily on your personal credit. They may require much more documentation for you to share with them. How can they assess your risk? So they may want more bank statements, financials, P&L statements. So that's why it's so important for those of you who don't have an established business credit report to build business credit and be very aware when you apply for a card or a loan or line of credit or a net 30 account. Who do they report to? Which business credit reports do you have that are established? Do you have a DMB report that's established? Do you have an Experian report? Do you have an Equifax business report? So that's why it's important that you build business credit with each of the major business credit reporting agencies. This will allow you to improve terms from vendors and suppliers, and also it affects your business insurance premiums. How do you qualify for the revenue business card business line of credit, the Flex line? So there's some key factors on getting qualified. You have to be a US-based business. Right here in the US, you must be an LLC or corporation, minimum 1 year in business, and a separate business checking account, monthly sales of $20,000 or more a month in deposits. And you have to keep an average daily account balance of $1,000. That's it. Very minimal. Cannot have a negative bank balance beyond 3 days in a month's period of time. Okay, so if you're having that more than 3 days, they're going to automatically decline you. And you cannot operate in the banking or lending industry. So these are the key factors, the minimum requirements to apply for this line of credit, the Flex line and card. You're going to go to revenuebusinesscard.com to apply. So this is what's going to look like. It's going to take you to this particular page right here. You're going to put in your email address, first name and last name, and that's it. So when you go to revenuebusinesscard.com, I'm going to put some other basic information. And then once you do that, it's going to take you to the next step where you're going to have to confirm your business information, owner information. You're going to have to also connect your business account via Plaid, and that's how they're going to be able to assess. And this is all done online digitally, which is really unique. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to fax or scan documents or anything like that. This is all done on read-only access with your business bank account. Once you're done there, they'll allow you to know what type of line of credit you're approved for, and you can get a decision within 24 hours. So once you're approved, you're going to be able to access and log into either your mobile app or your online dashboard. They'll send your card out to you. And then here's just a snapshot of what the dashboard would look like. When you log into your dashboard, they'll give you what your spending credit limit is, your balance. You're going to know what's available there. And then if you want to draw on your line of credit, you can put the amount, you click submit, and the funds are deposited to your account. Or you can go use your card up to your assigned credit line. And then at this point, you can see your payment calculator in your dashboard as well when your payments are due, and you're able to see all your transaction history all online. So whether you're using your card for purchases, it's going to show up on this dashboard each transaction. Or if you're drawing cash from your line of credit, it's going to show up on this dashboard here. That way you can manage and see everything happening with your flex line and card right in the portal. So this is a really exciting aspect of getting a line of credit with no personal credit check. I just share with you how to do it, what the requirements are. So you can apply today at revenuebusinesscard.com. For those of you who are looking for business credit card funding, you can go to our website, businesscreditbuilders.org. And this is great for those of you who have really good, strong personal credit. This is our website right here. We have a business credit building system, and we have a done for you business credit card funding. All you need to do is click on this pre-qualified now tab if you're looking for us to do a review with you getting business credit card funding. So if you found this video useful, helpful, we appreciate you giving us a thumbs up. Click subscribe, that way you're notified every single time we come out with a new video on a specific business credit product, how to build business credit and maximize your funding ability. So with that, make it a great day, and we'll talk to you real soon.